Hey, what up? It's Tampa Brad, back at you with law number 17 of the 48 Laws of Power. Law number 17 is keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. What the hell does that mean? What are we talking about? What we're talking about is using the fundamental nature of the human brain and how you perceive your external world in order to achieve maximum results in life. Let me ask you a question. What is more fun to watch? A video that is a boring monologue of someone in the same shot, talking at the same rate, in the same tone of voice, or a video that's got crazy cuts and it's like TikTok and it's like a new video every 10 seconds and you swipe up and there's a new video and it's got crazy cuts and stuff and there's unpredictability and there's music and there's lots of stuff going on. The reason you like the thing that has more going on is because you're interested to see what's gonna happen next. See, the human brain loves to key in on unpredictability. If we think we know what's gonna happen next in something, we completely check out, we're gone, we're not even there. We can't physically pay attention to it. It's impossible, actually. It's literally, because your brain is always trying to save capital, it's always trying to save time and energy, and it's trying to only focus on what's a huge win or a huge potential threat. It literally cannot pay attention to things that are the same and things that it thinks it already knows what's going to happen in a certain situation. There's a great book that deals with this. And the book is called Pitch Anything, and it's by Oren Klaff. I would highly recommend you go and pick up a copy of that book. Maybe we'll link it or something. Probably not, we'll probably forget, but remember, Oren Klaff is the author. The name of the book is How to Pitch Anything. In that book, Oren Klaff explains how the best venture capital funding people, so let me kind of try to explain that. I even confused myself as I said it. Oren Klaff is a pitch man, which means he gets with companies, they hire him, and he gets them in front of venture capitalists in order to get them investment money. Venture capitalists are bombarded with pitches. You have to be very, very good and very particular in the way that you pitch in order to get any money, because everybody wants their money and they only have so much of it. They got to be selective. So Oren Klaff is one of the most successful pitchmen in the world. How does he do it? Well, he developed a system. And part of what makes his system extremely successful is that he draws on the way that the human brain is structured. There are three major parts of the human brain. There's the amygdala, which is also known as the hindbrain, it's near the stem. There's the midbrain, which I forget what it's called, but it's kind of the large portion of the brain. And then there's the prefrontal cortex, which is right here up by the forehead. The prefrontal cortex is where we come up with our creative thoughts and our really kind of out there ideas and complex thinking. That's where that all goes on. So when we develop an idea and we go to present that idea to someone, it's all coming from the prefrontal cortex. But when someone else is receiving the idea, it has to go through the hindbrain, it has to go through the stem, the amygdala first. And what the amygdala asks is, it just asks a very simple question. All it wants to know all day, every day is this a threat? Or can I get some sort of benefit out of this? Is this gonna be a big lose or a big W? A big L or big W? And that's all the amygdala cares about. And if it doesn't see either a big win or a big potential loss, it cuts it out. It says, this is not important, shoves it into the this is not important section of everything else that's going on in your brain out of 99% of what you see every day, and it completely deletes it. You can't pay attention to it. If you are someone who does the same thing again and again and again, you get put in that category. You get put in that this is not important category. This is extremely important when it comes to producing effective content for social media. Unpredictability is a massive, if you think about what makes a great viral video. A great viral video a lot of times will take something that you know and something that's very familiar, and it will put a weird twist on it at the end of the video. So it'll be something that you're familiar with, so you got some nostalgia, and then it'll be like, boom, but this has changed. A great example is on TikTok recently. A big trend is the Mo Bamba Sheck West song. He's like, I got hoes, and it drags out the hoe part, and there's kids who are literally filling up glasses with liquid, and their parents are in the background, and they fill up the glasses with the liquid while it's just going, oh, so you know the song, so you're like, dun 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 dun. I got hoes. Maybe we'll clip one in here. I got hoes. But the reason that's super effective and why that goes viral is because you feel like you know what to expect, and then it hits you with the, oh, that's something new, that's something novel, I have to pay attention to that. That is why viral videos happen. It's using this hack, okay? So, that huge tangent aside, the author gives a couple really, really great examples. Robert Greene is a genius at crafting examples that are perfect to illustrate the point. And I'll do this one concise because it probably takes him about 15 minutes to explain it in the actual audiobook. Try to explain it in about 2. Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky, I think is his name. Boris is the Russian chess champion and Bobby Fischer was the American chess champion. And so Bobby Fischer has never beaten him before. He goes up in an international competition to basically decide who's the best in the world. So Bobby Fischer starts doing all these weird things. He starts complaining. He starts saying he's not going to show up. He starts complaining about the venue, the timing, the prize money, how it's being officiated. He's just creating a stink, just creating a huge issue. And Boris Spassky is like, oh, is this guy, does he suck? Is he afraid of me? Finally, they get in the same room. They sit down. They start the chess match. And Bobby Fischer starts making these ridiculous moves that are not good moves, like not good ridiculous, like bad ridiculous. And he loses the first match in like 20 moves, and people are just stunned. They're like, what in the world is going on? Bobby Fischer is supposed to be the best American at chess, and he's just being crushed, and he's acting all weird. Is he just like, is he going off the deep end? Has he like lost it? Is he really not good anymore and he's just trying to disguise it? So in the next match, again, Bobby Fischer does the same thing. He loses, he makes a bad move super early on and goes on to lose the match, goes on a little longer. The third match comes up and Bobby Fischer is like super late. He's like literally within 1 minute of missing the match. Shows up, starts playing, but this time something's a little different. He makes a weird move in the beginning that Boris thinks is gonna be one of those, you know, follows the same pattern and kind of it'll be the same thing and he'll beat him in, you know, 50 or 100 moves. But the amount of time that Boris spends thinking about that, Bobby Fischer's got his brain honed in on that weird move that he made. It was actually a trick. And so Boris Spassky is super honed in on that one piece of the whole game, and he misses the bigger picture of what's going on, and Bobby Fischer goes on to beat him in that game. And then Bobby Fischer does this huge celebration. He's like, I'm crushing it with brute force. Super funny in the story. Bobby Fischer goes on to win, I think it was every single match except one for the rest of their series. Totally demolished him. Boris Spassky actually had to go to a mental institution after those matches because of the amount that Bobby Fischer just messed with his head and got him off of his game. And the reason that was so effective and the way he was able to do that is by being unpredictable. He didn't do the same thing. Another great example of this is, I believe it was George Foreman and Mike Tyson. George Foreman was this huge dude and Mike Tyson was smaller. I may be butchering this and I might not even be using the right names, but I think I got it. This is another example of that. Mike Tyson's like, hey, I'm gonna go duke it out. I guess like before they're like, he's a smaller dude. He's not gonna get up in his face because George Foreman will just knock him out. And he's like, no, oh, it's Muhammad Ali, that's who it is. Muhammad Ali is like, no, I'm just gonna go up to George Foreman. I'm just gonna duke it out with him. I'm gonna punch him right in the face. And he's gonna be like, I'm gonna go close. And they're like, there's no way. He'll get knocked out in one punch if George Foreman lands a punch on him. And so everybody leading up to the match is like, there's no way. He's not gonna do it. He's gonna hang off and he's gonna try to tire him out. And sure enough, round 1 of the boxing match, Muhammad Ali gets up in his face and lands a couple huge blows on George Foreman. By round 4, hits him in the face, knocks him out, cold. That is one of the most famous boxing matches of all time. And how did Muhammad Ali beat George Foreman? By cultivating an air of unpredictability. You have to be using this in your own life. People, for some reason, think that if they're predictable, that people will like that, and that people won't mess with them if they're not predictable. But actually, it's the exact opposite. If you are not putting others on their heels, if you're being allowed to be put in a rut and following a routine and just trying to be the nice guy who's not putting anybody, not trying to step on anybody's toes, I'm just trying to stay in my lane, just be a nice guy, you will get walked all over. It is the person who figures out how to make their own way in life and kind of put people off, not in a necessarily an offensive or a win-lose way, but they learn how to just throw people off their game a little bit, just throw people off balance by being unpredictable. Those are the people that really get to squeeze the juice out of life. And I would really encourage you to experiment with this. Try it out. Just try out being unpredictable. Wear something you wouldn't normally wear. Do something, say something to someone that you think, but normally it wouldn't be within your realm of possibility that you could say that and get away with it. Do something that you think you might not get away with, that people might not like. And start doing that again and again, and you will be shocked at what people start accepting from you And the way people start looking at you and the way people start looking up to you, because they see you going your own way. They see you doing your own thing. And everyone at a fundamental level wants to be they want to be the architect of their own life. On some level, some people give it up, but most people on some level want to be the architect of their own life. Start being the architect of your own life by not following a path that someone else has set out for you. Follow your own path. Do something unpredictable this week. Really, I want to really challenge you to do this. You gotta, if you're in a mold, if you're in a rut in life, you gotta break out of it and do things that are unpredictable. It adds so much more flavor to life, and it's super effective. And this chapter of the book was one that really had a profound impact on me. It was very super impactful. I really got a lot out of it. I hope that you got a ton out of this video and my explanation of this law. I would encourage you to dig into the book. If you're going through these videos and you're not digging into the book in conjunction with watching the videos, I pity you. You're a damn fool. You got to be getting into this book. There's so much more information and super valuable stuff than I can get out in these videos. But that being said, again, I hope you got a ton of value out of this. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell next to it so you get notified when I'm dropping new videos. There are so many videos coming out on YouTube now that if you haven't hit that notification bell or gear or whatever you want to call it, you're just not going to see my videos straight up. Like if you want to see them, you got to hit the bell. I really appreciate your attention. I will see you in the next vid. Follow me on Instagram at TampaBrad. Until next time, I will see you over there on Instagram. DM me, I'll DM back. Thank you for watching. Peace.